what are the main important aspects to keep in mind for residential sales and marketing automation?
Residential sales and marketing automation, I mean, as I said, that either they have it in-house or they outsource it, but they need to, upgrade themselves as far as marketing is concerned, as far as customer relationship is, I'm telling you, is the most important account to me. Whether he's already a customer or he is a prospective customer, what are his needs? One has to, make a chart of what would the customer expect from us. So you'll come across at least 200 questions which will be in his mind before he takes a decision to buy. So customer mapping of the mind is, I think, the most crucial today. If you can map the mind of the customer, I'm telling you, you're sorted. Then you don't have to take any additional effort for sales.
And I think sales automation has become now important backbone for every developer.
Very true. So you start by mapping the customer's mind. Okay. Yeah. Automation will follow. But if you understood the mind of the customer, I think that is the most crucial part for us.
What are the main important aspects to keep in mind for residential sales and marketing automation?
Automation is the key. See, if one has to grow today, only select players are selling today. Not everyone is selling today. Yeah. Only very select players. Consolidation has been playing a very big role. Now, for us going from, let's say we are talking about million square feet a quarter, but next year our target will be maybe much higher, at least 20% higher. Right. Maybe next year another 20% higher. So if you keep looking at automation is the only way with which you can address. We looked at this 2 years ago, about 3 years ago. We started addressing which are all the areas we can do the automation, which are all the areas we can bring in, human interface much lower. Then only we'll be able to scale up. So automation is the key. That's the only way one can manage the growth. Otherwise, it will be difficult.
What do you think are the main important aspects to keep in mind for residential and commercial sales and marketing automation?
I believe most important decision-making criteria for a technology is whether various platforms can converge, whether they can communicate with each other, whether the organization that are supplying these tools will give you the updates and after implementation support to adapt, whether you can customize these applications to suit your business. India, many of these applications are foreign origin and they're not suited for India. So you have to do a lot of investment in customizing. So beside these critical criteria, I think so far the emphasis has been on accounting and sales and artificial intelligence. I believe going forward will be your artificial intelligence as a layer on top of your business applications, and it will enable you to give you some data points to be analyzed carefully and enable you to make decisions on the basis of that data points, which I believe in the real estate development space, most of the time the developers were saying, I think this would do well here. There will be some report, demand, supply, yahan pe itni inventory, etc., but not beyond this. I think lessons learned and some very expensive ones that we need to invest in analyzing the market, the changing consumer preferences, the changing regulatory environment, because the government is now determined to regulate the sector, and therefore you need to demonstrate a lot more discipline in your business. And I think it's a combination of all which you need to ensure that your enterprise solutions covers all these aspects to make you run your business effectively and not just sales effectively or your construction effectively, because one element of business and management is simply not enough.
What are the important aspects to keep in mind for residential sales and marketing automation?
So one of the main things that we need to take care of while using any technology that is the face of the company, so to say, because you're going to use this to interact with your clients, is the ease of use for both stakeholders, which is the company as well as the clients. It should be easy for them to access. It should be easy for them uh, to really communicate with you. So ease is definitely one thing that I would rate very highly, uh, for CRM apps. The second thing that I would say that it has to be very, it has to do a lot of activities. It can't just be a communication tool. I mean, WhatsApp is good enough for that, but it has to be able to give all details of, say, the project, of the house, all of that to the customer with almost like a single touch. It has so it has to be a very comprehensive software. It cannot just be doing two items and that's it. So it has to be like a 360-degree tool that tells the customer what is the progress of his house, what is the dues, if there are photographs that you can upload, show them photographs to, so that they believe that progress is happening, and they can they themselves can see what's happening month on month, in case there is registration to be done, or all of these things. uh, these are just a few things, but uh, like that is the kind of 360-degree tool that we would be looking at in the CRM domain.
Today, if you look at the total number of leads, that is the prospective customers that we get from various sources, the digital channels lead the pack. Almost about 70 to 75% of our leads or prospects come from the digital channel. And therefore, in real estate, for the last 5 to 6 years, there has been a huge focus on automating the processes from the time we capture the lead to processing it within our system and to send demand notes or requests for payment to customers, printing agreements, etc. There has been a large focus on automating all the processes in real estate. With the use of softwares like Salesforce, C4C, this process has been accelerated in the real estate companies. At Brigade, we have been giving special focus on automating our processes because we believe as we scale up in the business, it is extremely important that our processes are automated so that there is less dependency on manual interventions at each of these stages. For example, last year when the pandemic hit, we automated the entire process, including doing an application which was completely digitized, doing what we call as an allotment letter, allotting a home to the customer, processing his agreement, and all the subsequent stages. So we completely digitized this entire process so that the customer did not need to come to our sales offices for any of these. Many transactions were done online when the customers did not even visit the websites. Adding to this, what we are also doing, and many of us are doing today, is automating many of the search options. When you go to our websites, there are various tools available which are then served to the customers, or when you get into a chat box. The chat box is completely automated using AI, and the answers given are based on the kind of questions that are coming in. Therefore, in some substance, I would say that automation is playing a key role, one in improving process efficiency, two in improving the customer satisfaction. How quickly can he do various transactions on the real estate? And I see that in future, more and more processes and systems will get automated within the real estate industry.
Why do you think it's important to optimize automated marketing system to boost sales?
I think that is extremely important, because I think real estate as an industry is very nascent in the way we use technology to optimize customer interactions and the way we process data to understand how it is that we can sell better. And marketing is the first touch point for that. So I think as developers, we're all looking for solutions that can help us get better at, one, identifying the customer base, two, engaging the customer base, three, ensuring that the customer base is walking into your site, and four, converting the customer base. So how can the different technology tools be used to better each of these four steps, in terms of remarketing, in terms of SMS churning, in terms of identifying their journey through different social media platforms via Google, improve targeting. And if an AI sort of engine can come in and give us insights on what is my next customer going to look like, or how much money should I spend on what type of customer, those would be incredibly valuable insights, which I think as developers we do not have at that level of depth as other industries, as technology and e-commerce already have with them.